your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Bellow on the bellow on the
Ready? Yo, what's going on? It's Jay.
It's big.
This is Lit Logic. We're on episode 79.
79.
So today's topic is about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial verdict situation, whatever you want to call it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, basically, he was found not guilty on all charges. So they ain't find him guilty on nothing.
That's crazy.
That's
some wild shit.
There's some misinformation going on with this whole situation that I've been seeing on social media from people that, don't really know what's going on or don't really know how, like, the law works or whatever the case may be. So, as a lot of y'all know, Kyle Rittenhouse was a white teenager that was at a rally or protest in Wisconsin. I can't remember which city, but it was for the Jacob Blake situation. We actually did a video on that. I'll leave a link in the description for that if y'all want to check that out. There's a black man who was shot by police multiple times in the back and has been deemed paralyzed. But I heard recently that he's starting to be able to walk again, so that's good. So shout out to him for that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so the protests going on out there. He ends up getting into. He lives in another state, from what the information that and I'm just gonna put this out there now. Some of the information, I don't know what is true or what's, I'm just going off of the research I've done. So if y'all feel like something's not right or, just let us know. Just comment in the comment section. But I'm just going off of this what I know from the research I did on this subject. But lived in another state, went across state lines with a AR-15 to protect a car dealership, from protesters or rioters or whatever, they want to call it. But
so what the fuck? That's the story he went with?
Well, that's what he's saying that he was there for.
He was there to protect a car. Did he know the person in this car dealership?
I didn't go that deep into the research to know whether or not he knew this person or not.
Like, what do you think? He Batman? Like, he was in a whole nother state, and he was like, you know what? That car dealership needs saving. Let me grab my AR.
I'm assuming that he probably knew the person or somebody that worked there or whatever the case may be. Regardless of the fact, he was there at the car dealership to protect it from potential damages in case a riot would have ensued or whatever the case may be. So
that's some wild shit.
During his time out there, him and some other guy, I guess, get into like a argument or a verbal altercation or whatever the case may be. The dude, from what I was able to pull up, was taunting or threatening or whatever the case may be. I don't think he was. I seen a couple videos. I don't know if it was just threatening. He was basically telling him to shoot him, whatever the case may be. Like, you not gonna shoot me, blah blah blah.
Why would you provoke somebody to do that?
No, that's just from the little bit of clip that I seen. But he starts chasing after Kyle, throwing stuff at him. And during this whole interaction, dude ends up getting shot like 4 times or whatever the case may be. So with that going on, there's a bunch of pandemonium, all this other shit going on. Kyle dude starts running away, people were saying, "Oh, he just shot somebody. He just shot somebody." From the court case, they were saying that people were saying that they thought he was an active shooter. So these guys, the other two guys, try to start attacking Kyle, whatever. He ends up shooting both of them. Another one ends up dying, and one ends up getting like his arm damn near shot off. And then he just continues to just walk. Well, there was a scuffle going on between, you know, them and that, because they was trying to stop him because they thought he was a, you know, active shooter or whatever. So they was attacking him, hitting him, kicking him, all this other shit. He ends up shooting these guys. Well, another one ends up dying. So two people end up dying, and one ends up being seriously hurt. Yeah. And he it would leave the area, walk by police, and end up going home. He ended up getting arrested probably until like maybe a day or so later for the situation. But from what I've seen in the court videos that I've seen, in the research that I've done, the AR-15 that he had, he wasn't legally able to own that gun.
Yeah, he was like, what, 19 years old?
No, he's 17.
Oh, he's 17. That's even worse.
He was 17, so apparently
Where the fuck he get that gun from?
Some dude that he knows, he was dating some girl that he's dating, his brother, I believe.
Okay.
Got him the gun, who was also there at the car dealership.
So he was there shooting people too?
He didn't shoot anybody, but he was there at the dealership.
Did he have a weapon on him?
He did have a gun on him.
So he had intent to shoot somebody.
Well, I don't know. That's up for speculation.
That dude had a weapon on him, and he went down there intending to shoot. He blew somebody's arm off and killed two people. That dude knew what he was doing when he went down there. I don't know what was the plan. I don't know why they did it, but they knew they was going to go down there and do that. Well, I believe that.
It's up for speculation. To me, it don't really matter what he was there for. He went up there. The guy got him the gun, and he ended up being charged with giving like possession of a gun to someone like a minor person, whatever the case may be, or giving a dangerous weapon to a minor, which causing death. So he's actively being charged for that, and there hasn't been. I don't think his trial has concluded yet, and he also testified in the Kyle Rittenhouse case. He pretty much tried to loosen his sentence or lower his sentence or whatever.
Oh, so he was trying to like snitch on him.
Basic. I don't know the exact details.
How you snitch on somebody?
I know that he did some testimony. I don't know if it was for him or against him, whatever the case may be, but he ended up testifying in court.
Did it work in his favor?
Well, his court case hasn't concluded yet, so I don't know if he's been found guilty yet or not. Oh. So we gotta find that out at a later date. But you know, he ended up getting a gun for him, and then he ended up carrying it across state lines, which is another thing that you're not supposed to be able to, like, you had a gun that you weren't legally obligated to have, and you carry it across another state. Now, different states, gun laws depend on the state. Like in, PA, which is right across the way, they can, I believe, I think it's concealed carry.
I think so.
I think it's concealed carry.
Yeah.
But over here, you can't conceal, you can't open carry, you can't do nothing.
Trunk, right?
Well, if you're traveling with it, it has to be in another compartment and all that stuff. New Jersey gun laws suck. I just had to throw that out here, and I'm a person that owns firearms, so this shit sucks. But just to give y'all an idea, a person that lives in PA who can conceal carry cannot come over here and conceal carry because New Jersey doesn't have and concealed carry like law or whatever the case may be. So same thing with me. I can't go over there and conceal carry because my weapons are registered in New Jersey, so I can only do abide by New Jersey. Now I can take my gun over to PA, but I have to follow New Jersey's, guidelines of how I carry my weapon. They got to be in, the trunk or whatever. Magazine can't be in it, can't be loaded, all the other dumb shit. So how his weapon charges got dropped is amazing to me. Well, it's not amazing because we already know why his shit got dropped, because it's the protection of the complexion. So that's another. I'm just like, all right, out of everything, the self-defense thing, he might have, that was up in the air. But I knew he was gonna get. As soon as I found out, all right, he didn't have no legal. He didn't own this gun legal. Like, he's gonna get hit with the weapon charges, and they dropped the weapon charges.
So why?
Cause you know why.
But what? But they had evidence.
Yeah, they had evidence.
The shit was in his hand.
They said it's a clause in the Wisconsin gun law things that a certain law. I don't remember exactly which one. Like, it didn't, whatever it stated wasn't too clear or whatever the case may be. So they tried to do it off a technicality.
That's
but
stupid.
that's the shit. That's the shit that they fell back on, just to be like, all right, we're just not charging him with shit.
That's dumb.
Yeah, he should have been charged with that. He should have at least charged with the fucking weapon shit.
That's wild.
But he didn't get charged with the weapon shit, which is fucking ridiculous. But it's the system.
So them people killed themselves. That's basically what they saying.
But here's the thing.
Like, the dude blew his own fucking arm off.
Here's the thing.
Wow.
Even though you have the right to self-defense, it was done with an illegal weapon.
Wow.
Like, that's why this whole thing is so controversial, because I'm like, all right, you don't charge, you dismiss on the weapons charges, but the weapon he didn't have legal rights to own it, carry it, nothing. He carried it across state lines, and then people ended up dying because of it. But now it's just falling under this whole self-defense thing, which I'm going to get into later on. But it has to be some type of accountability.
It always has to be.
But it's not going to be no type of accountability because of the color barrier. So you know how that goes. So I understand people's frustration with this whole situation, but I wanted to shed light on a few things because, and here's why I think the self-defense thing stuck, because self-defense goes under a law stating that you have the right to protect yourself from extreme, like, bodily injury and or death. So the dude that he originally shot the first time, they were saying that he was chasing the dude, he was chasing Kyle, and was trying to get, basically trying to take his gun from him. So that will fall under the guidelines of, all right, self-defense or, being at risk at dangerous bodily harm or even death, because now the guy's trying to take your weapon from you. And I've seen a couple videos, he was chasing a dude. I didn't see a point where he was trying to grab the gun, but the court videos that I watched and witness testimony was saying that that's what he was trying to do, whatever the case may be. You gotta be a wild nigga to try to take a gun from somebody.
That just blew somebody fucking off.
No, this was before all this even happened. Before that part even happened.
Oh, this was the first.
Yeah, this is the first dude that got shot, whatever the case may be.
That's some like,
yeah, the dude was unarmed, but going by witness testimony, he was saying he was trying to do that. And they were saying that he was the aggressor. From the video I was seeing, that the dude was the aggressor. Whatever the case may be. So that's why I think that self-defense thing stuck, because of the witness testimony and, you know, the video. The video wasn't too clear, but the video showing him chasing the dude, which pretty much can put in any juror's mind, like, all right, this guy don't really give a fuck. If you chasing the dude that got a gun.
Yeah.
Like, you got a gun, you got it, bro. I'm not gonna fucking chase you and antagonize you, but you got a gun.
Yeah, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, I wasn't armed. Like, you doing, like, some of this responsibility gotta be on these motherfuckers. Like, you chasing a dude with a gun. Sometimes you get what you ask for. And I say this all the time: we play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So that was that situation. And then after he shot that dude, he ended up fleeing the scene. And then people were like, you know, basically running after him, which is another wild shit. He just shot somebody, killed somebody.
Like you said, you seen it.
Bitch, I'm going the opposite direction. I'm not chasing.
Seen this man put 4 bullets in somebody and he didn't get up. And now y'all sat there and told yourselves, let's get him. What big, like, what, like, why? Why?
Yeah,
like, why?
If I seen somebody get freaking done up like that, I'm not gonna chase after.
He got it. I'm walking the other way.
Sometimes you gotta learn to mind your own business.
Hey, look,
now
shit you can do.
Here, now the other situation, after he shot the guy, he's running away. Now people are chasing after him, saying, "Hey, this guy just shot somebody." So for whatever reason, some other, you know, brave individuals was over there trying to attack this guy. Now, one guy had a skateboard, whatever, and was trying to. They was chasing after him. I think he ended up tripping, like Kyle ended up tripping, whatever, ended up falling to the ground. And one dude tried to, like, or ended up hitting him in the head or somewhere with a skateboard. And then again, that falls under great bodily harm.
Yeah.
So that dude ends up getting shot, and he ends up dying from his injuries. And there's another guy. Now this dude has a gun. This dude has a pistol, and he's running up to Kyle with the gun in his hand, and the gun is pointed at him. That had to do with Kyle. And then Kyle points his gun up, or I'm sorry, I'm saying this wrong. He comes up, runs up to him. Kyle points the gun at him. He has a gun in his hand. Kyle points the gun at him. He puts his hands up. And then he starts pointing his gun at Kyle, and that's when he ended up being shot. And that's when he got shot in the arm. And that's how that happened. And again, gun pointed at, you know, somebody else, it falls under the whole self-defense thing. Because another thing with self-defense is you have to be, like, there's a certain situation you have to be able to retreat.
Yeah. So
in that case, he was retreating and he was being attacked, or whatever the case may be. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not for this dude. I'm not trying to advocate for him.
No.
I'm just explaining how I feel, like how as though they got this whole self-defense, you know, thing, and then why all his stuff got dropped. You know, I mean, from a law standpoint. Well, we know it's more deeper than that.
Oh yeah,
but,
absolutely.
You know, so
absolutely.
Once all that stuff started coming into play, I'm just like, man, he probably gonna get off with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, my thoughts at the beginning of this shit, like,
there's no way in hell you got evidence on the damn screen of this man blowing people's shit off, and you sitting there saying, you know what? Even though he was from a different state and came here to defend the car dealership, I think he's innocent.
So here's the thing. Here's why a lot of people are so conflicted about shit. Even while I'm conflicted to a certain degree, it's like, alright, you got the right to defend yourself, but you have a freaking gun that you're not supposed to have.
And you're 17 years old.
Yeah, you're not legally
Like
able to own.
What the fuck?
You're not able to own it. You're not able to carry it.
What, you got an AR or something?
AR-15.
What the fuck, as a 17-year-old, what the fuck do you want with an AR-15?
Yeah, listen. If you like to shoot, you like to shoot. But that's neither here nor there. But like I said, something should have stuck. Like, especially the weapons charges. Because some people, even though the self-defense thing, was going to stick, or you like had a gun that you weren't supposed to have, and you should have been charged with the weapons charges at least. But even the shit like the Wisconsin gun laws, even if you would have got charged with that, the maximum shit was like 9 months.
Doesn't make no sense.
Hey man, that's where a lot, like, when they got these fucking states that are more rural and don't got, like, a lot of stuff going on, their gun laws is different.
Wow. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah, man, but
This is crazy.
my first initial, like, thought after I heard, like, well, during this whole situation, I only really did research on this recently because I know I was wanting to do an episode on it. But this wasn't, like, I was confused on, like, why black people were so up in arms about this whole shit, because I'm just like, ain't no black folk get killed. Like, all the motherfuckers that got, like, all the people that was in this situation was white. So I'm like, it ain't really none of our, like, that's.
I think they just all around for the justice system of, like, he shouldn't have been walking off scot-free.
Yeah, then I had to think about it. It's just the frustration of people, like, especially people like us, dealing with the justice system and how biased and bullshit it is. And then, you've seen people get thrown in jail for, or had they charges, like, or a sentencing, more harsher just because they black. And then you got somebody that's doing some shit like that and then getting off completely scot-free. Is just crazy. And I think another reason why this shit was the way it was is because this case was a high-profile case. Shit was all over the news. Court case was all on the news and everything else. So I think that's another thing that played a lot into this shit, is the high profile of this whole thing. But, another thing that somebody had brought to my attention about this situation was that now that he's gotten off, it could potentially put other people at risk in the future. As far as, like, say, if there's another protest, whatever, it's going to put in the minds of other people that, oh, I can bring my weapon and shoot people, and then be like, oh, I self-defense.
As long as I'm backpedaling.
Yeah, basically.
As long as I'm backpedaling, like, and shooting.
So that's another way to look at things, and that could potentially be a big problem later down the road.
No, it is going to be a big problem.
Yeah, because this shit just opens the door for more, bigotry and already other, like, how people already feel about protests in general about this shit. Because, they gonna feel like how they feel about it. And, they're trying to justify, the actions that they're doing. Yeah, man, but this shit is just, I just hope that it can shed some light on, what's really going on in this country. Like, I mean, this shit that we already knew, like, but my whole thing is, like, trying to get this to reach out to people besides us. That, this justice system is favored to certain people, and it's not fair to anybody of color. And, had this been somebody that was black, the outcome would have been completely different. I don't care what y'all say, because, there's been situations where, motherfucker, defending themselves and they still got the book thrown at them.
Yeah. It's some wild shit.
Yeah, but But that's all I had about this. I don't want to speak too much more about it.
I didn't want to speak about it at all.
I just had to say my piece about it, man, because I've been seeing a lot of people, you know, express how they feel about this whole verdict and things. And some people was a little bit misinformed on how shit works or whatever. So hopefully I cleared the light on some of the stuff.
Yeah.
That, you know, I'm not no lawyer or nothing, but, you know, I do, you know, look up stuff and try to give myself the knowledge of, like, on law. So in case I'm ever in a situation, I know how to handle myself. So make sure y'all know the law, know y'all rights, know what you can do, know what you can't do. If you own weapons, know your state's gun laws. If you're carrying a weapon in another state, know their gun laws, because it'll help you, you know, avoid a lot of situations where, you know, yeah. So, but you already know what to do, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It'll let you know every time a video is dropped. Till next time, I'm Jay.
I'm Dave.
This is Lit Logic. Catch y'all next time. Peace. See you guys.